SNK has finally officially announced that they are indeed working on a brand new console to come out in 2021. Had so many people hit me up on this. Dude, have you seen SNK's making a new console? I knew about that well over a year ago, as I have done videos talking about the new Neo Geo coming out. SNK teases a new next-gen Neo Geo console. Is the world ready? Maybe, maybe not. New Neo Geo 3 news and rumors. That was 7 months ago. So we've been talking about this for a while, as I have had some sources share information with me concerning what this device is supposed to be. And part of this little cryptic tweet here confirms some of it. So a brand new console is coming 2021, a system to bridge the needs between passionate fans and console gaming enthusiasts, right? And then they have this nice little backdrop here. Who is the best player? Little Wi-Fi symbol there, SNK Neo Geo. I did post a comment here. This is the Neo Geo 3, the console that looks like a Metal Slug tank, lest that idea has changed. I don't know if you could, let me scroll up. There's my comment there, in case you couldn't see it, which my big fat ass head was blocking it, but that's all right. Now, that's some of the stuff we talked about in the past, because I'd had some sources give me that information. There were some documents out there that hinted at this stuff, that this console is supposed to be a little Metal Slug tank. That's the form factor. It's just an aesthetic. I don't think it's going to shoot missiles at you or anything. You know, a heavy rocket launcher. I don't know. It's not going to be doing anything crazy. It's just like a collectible console thing. I don't know if they're supposed to be doing different variants or if that idea is actually staying. I mean, I think that's kind of neat, but then at the same time, like, dude, it would be awesome if they just made like a new Neo Geo in the style of an actual console, not a toy. Maybe make it look like an AES, but change it a bit. Something like an evolution of that design would be cool. So the one thing that I've had plenty of comments on over the past year was concerning all the different devices that SNK put out. The Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro, the Neo Geo Mini, and then with Unico's MVSX, a lot of people were like, there's the Neo Geo 1, 2, and 3 type thing. It's kind of like code names, but the Neo Geo 3, it's supposed to be a console. It's not supposed to be a mini device or anything like that. And from the sources that I talked about before, it was supposed to be an internet-connected device. And I feel there's been an evolution of sorts, because the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro, mind you, that thing, it doesn't have internet connectivity, mind you, but the way they did some things with that, the unlock keys, you went online, they gave you an unlock key every couple months or every month or whatever, they gave you a couple keys to unlock games that were hidden within that system, right? And then you loaded them up. Well, the other thing is that the Neo Geo Arcade Stick Pro has 5 gigabytes of unused storage. And the plan always was to sell additional games to add to it. That thing's been out for a long while now, and I almost feel like they've scrapped that plan. Like, maybe the sales weren't as great as they expected. I'm not 100%. I know the Neo Geo Mini sold a shit ton, despite its faults. I'm not 100% on the Arcade Stick Pro. There's a lot of us out there who actually really liked it, but I think they may have scrapped that plan of selling additional downloads for the Arcade Stick Pro, and they're just going to stick to this device here. So, like I said, we talked about in the past, supposed to be an internet-connected device, and they pretty much are confirming that here with a little Wi-Fi symbol, who's the best player, and then the kind of stylized world map, right? So you're going to be playing multiplayer games, unless it's some hokey crap where it's just leaderboards, which some people really enjoy that, and that's fine and dandy, but I would expect more in the year 2021 than just leaderboards. I would expect some online play. So, you know, they did announce that there was a new Metal Slug in development, and all sources are pointing to that it is going to be released on this system. Now, if they release a Neo Geo, a brand new Neo Geo console, is this thing really gonna compete with the current generation of consoles out there, the Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series, Yo Mama, whatever you want to call it, right? No, of course it's not going to compete with those devices, but I always see, and it's kind of a interesting conversation, with plenty of different devices, doesn't matter if you like it or you don't like them, but there's always people like, that's not going to do as well as the Nintendo Switch. Well, no shit. Not every company's going to put out a product that's directly competing with it. They just want a sliver of a market share to make their money. And I believe this could be successful if it delivers, and delivers in a way that retro gamers and people who continue to love these franchises with the newer entries, as long as they implement things properly, it could be an awesome system. If it has some old school stuff on it, but they also put a lot of new stuff. Now, if it's a big focus on old Neo Geo titles, you got to realize there's only like, in the US, I believe maybe 150, less than 150 official titles released for the Neo Geo. And not all of them do SNK have the rights to. So if they're to focus on just old school stuff, the pool of games isn't that large, and we've had access to that stuff through legitimate and illegitimate means for the longest damn time. They really have to do something special if they bring old franchises to a console and expect you to pay for them, which would definitely be online play. Like I've shown on the At Games Legends Ultimate machines, or just any of the Legends machines that they have out, where you could play ArcadeNet, and there's Neo Geo titles on there, and you can maintain friends lists and play against people, and it works amazingly well. In my opinion, these guys need to do the same, but they need to implement it better than At Games if they're going to use old school titles, right? I really hope to see that this thing is powerful enough to play, like the new Samurai Showdown 2019. Like, they really need to be able to port stuff like that, maybe do some exclusives, get that new Metal Slug on here. If they rely on older franchises at start, like you would expect, they're not going to have a shit ton of titles if they make new titles for this available at launch. So I would expect, like, hey, we're going to put some old stuff, maybe do like not remasters, but like Metal Slug, but where they add new levels to it. Like, things that they could put together a little quicker, maybe like a remixed version type of thing, and have that online play. I think that could pad out, a launch list decently well. Really curious to see where this goes. We were supposed to hear more news about this device earlier this year, but due to the stupid viruses and crazy crap going on in the world, they kind of had to back off of any plans that they had, as I guess they fell behind on things. So we'll be hearing more about this in the near future. I'm keeping my ear out to the sources that I have who know more about this stuff than I do, because they got inside connections and whatnot. So really curious to see how this ends up. I'm curious as to what you guys think as well. I love SNK, I love Neo Geo, but the future is now, and they need to deliver on like the expectations, of passionate fans and console gaming enthusiasts, right? Let me know what you guys think. Really do appreciate you watching. With that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out, bye-bye, big ass thumb butt, and boom, bye.